Okay, here class, good morning again. So we are going to start a new week this from here, 19th October 2020. So yesterday I uploaded this ratio analysis, the tute number 33 for you. Tute number 33 I uploaded uh, for the Google Classroom, and I told you to take a printout and get ready. So ratio analysis is a lesson that we're going to cover up, like mainly the different types of ratios which you have to assess interpret the financial performance of organization as well as liquidity of the business. There are different kinds of ratios you can see: profitability ratio, liquidity ratio, gearing ratio, shareholder ratio, everything. And these ratios are in IGCSE paper, business paper. Normally, they are giving the formula sheet with the ratios. You can see gross profit ratio, net profit ratio, operating profit ratio, ROCE, current ratio. They are giving these things. So here, the ratio part, you have to understand what it mean by what is the main meaning of this ratio and how to calculate it. But the memorizing anything no need to do because formula sheet is normally provided in the business paper. That's right. Okay, to start the lesson, let's write the definition of what is ratio analysis. You can write down the ratio analysis is a mathematical approach, mathematical approach to investigating accounts to investigating accounts by comparing related figures by comparing two related figures.
Can you repeat, please?
Yeah, I repeat again. It's a mathematical approach to investigating accounts. So to write down here, you see in this textbook. I'll share the screen right now. The ratio analysis is a lesson that we are going to do. Ratio analysis we are going to do. Write down the definition again if you have handouts. This is the ratio analysis definition. It's a mathematical approach to investigating accounts by comparing two related figures. So this week also it's a kind of like a mathematical approach. So you need to use your calculators and your this lesson. After this lesson, you can be able to find out the performance of an organization as well as the liquidity of an organization. You must be able to comment on the current situation of any business organization. So that's how profitability and liquidity. Uh, Ratio is a mathematical approach to investigating accounts by comparing two related figures. Right? To get the introduction, you can see ratio analysis. Uh, Getting started. The statement of financial position can show the financial position of a business, and the statement of a comprehensive income can show how well it has performed. By looking at the balance sheet or SOFP, we can find out the financial position of the organization in terms of assets, capital, and the liabilities. By looking at the income statement, we can find out the business performance, the net profit of the organization. This is the mainly you can see the profit and loss account, and SOFP really important for an organization to find out their healthiness, the fitness and the healthiness of an organization from these two reports. How much they earn, are they loss making or currently are they profitable organization? This can be found out from income statement and the organization's liquidity position. By looking at the organization's SOF, we can give some comment that the organization is actually bankrupt or not, whether the assets are greater than their liabilities or not. Sometimes this organization liabilities are greater than asset mean originally the business is actually normally like it's going to be a bankrupt business. Right. You can see this introduction case study, Orient Plus case study. You can see this case study in your page number 254. If you're using a textbook, please refer this case study right now. Orient Plus is a specialist producer of a high quality children clothes. At the end of 2015, the business started struggle to following the arrival of a new competitor. There's a market always dynamic. Competitors are there, so threat of competition is there. 2015, there's a new competitor came to the market. As this Because of this arrival, you can see the impact was severe impact we can see. And the end of 2016, after 1 year, Orient Plus announced that 12 of its 32 design production staff would be made redundant. That means they are going to reduce the staff 12 out of 32. So out of 32 staff members, they're going to um, reduce their staff to 20 level. That is, there's a kind of a strategy. You can make people redundant in case if you are making loss, or sometimes if you want to reduce your administration costs. This is a strategy that they are using. Even right now, so you can see a lot of organizations, the people, they're going to reduce the number of people that they feel this is not necessary to the organization. They are going to cut them. They're going to uh, tell them to go, tell them to leave the organization. It's like not dismissal kind of thing. It's kind of called redundancy. Or redundancy. Redundancy means like situation the company no longer need them. In kind of a thing, it's called you can't actually go and argue with the company. For example, if company say, "Oh, hereafter we don't no longer need your service," so you can't go and argue with the company. Only thing you have to accept them. You have to pack your bag and you have to go. That's the only thing they had to do. But suddenly, if they are going to tell you like that, so you can do, you can go and ask some kind of a compensation, like immediately, because as they are telling, because you can't find a job like that. Therefore, you can ask them, okay, I can leave, but give me a kind of like a short, kind of like a 3 months time period or 3 months salary time, like that. So there are certain things, but organization these days they are doing like a job cuts heavily worldwide. You can see because of the COVID thing, organizations, because they want to reduce the uh, cost of the organization. That's why they want to do that thing worldwide. This is happening. Airlines, hotels, a lot of companies they are doing this right now. It's a pathetic situation right now, guys, because people are losing the jobs. So it will be a huge social issues are creating as a result of that. Unemployment will increase. Economic impacts are there. So you can see anyway by looking at the financial statement, you can see what evidence. Question number one, they're asking what evidence is there to support the view that Orient Plus is starting to struggle. Uh, by looking at, you can see table 31.1, you can see 2015 and 16. Compared to 15, they had US dollar 1.2 million, odd number, 31,500 revenue. But 2016, look at them, it's gone down around 400,000. So it's currently they're selling 890,000. And cost of sale slightly reduced, but gross profit margin gone down around can say 897 to 588, about 4 lakhs again. And then administration expenses, you can see they push down because the redundancy of the staff, 298 to 54. Other operating expenses slightly go down, 325 to 76. And then you can see the disaster happened there. The operating profit has gone down heavily, 273,100 to 57,400. So it's like a gone down by, oh my God, it's like, I see the difference, 273,000 to 557,000. This case, if you look into the screen, operating profit margin, look at the situation, it's very bad. Finance cost increasing because they had to pay, I think they must took some loans or something in order to meet the financial obligations. So financial cost increase, and then profit for the year, you can see last year it was 239,000, and this year it was minus 2,400. You can see it's a pathetic organized situation right now, loss making. When organizations start making loss, organization owners aren't actually tolerate it. They have to take a decision. A wise decision is to actually staff redundancy, reduce the number of staff members in an organization. And as because of this loss-making situation, they don't need to pay tax to the government, zero. And you can see the profit for year after taxation is 158 last year, this time 2,400. By looking at the income statement, anyone can easily understand if you without accounting knowledge. By looking at the profit figures, you can see last year it was like this year like loss making. It's a totally something bad thing happened. So what's the reason happened here? Entrance of a competitor into the market. That's why, because of one competitor, your business can destroy one competitor. Yeah. You can see the furthermore, you can go to the second table, SOFP. They are giving some extract of the not the whole one extract from SOFP. You can see current assets there. Non-current asset not provided. They are giving only current asset and current liabilities. They have given current asset inventory level that is increased and trade receivables. You can see that is same level, little bit decrease. Cash position actually drastically gone down 128,000 to 12,000. So current asset base you can see 6 lakhs to 5 lakhs. And current liabilities you can see they have increased that level 446 to 339,700. Current trade payable, so 539,000 that increased trade payable. Current liabilities gone up. So you can see now their current asset, current liability situation is very like same, similar, slightly up. Current asset slightly up, but still it is bad. This is the way. Today, actually, we are going to find out, guys, by looking at the financial statement. We are going to read the financial statement, and we are going to make some kind of judgments. It is good or bad. It is view is good or bad. Is a good company to invest or not? Like that. It's a very practical thing. So, guys, this is the real use of financial statement. Last week we actually making about the preparation part of the financial statement, income statement and SOFP. So this week we are mainly talking about the how to read this stuff and how to make the analysis part, calculations we have to done, everything we're going to find. Okay, what are the viewpoints? Let's look at the um, this. You can see this answer, chapter 31. This one, which I highlighted. What evidence is there support the view of Orient Plus is struggling? You can see both the statement of comprehensive income and the extract from the SOFP show that Orient Plus was hit by arrival of a new competitor application. The revenue of the business fell from US dollar 1.2 million to 890,000, and this is a fall about 28%. So you can find out the difference of that. You know how to find the difference of the 2 years, right? Final minus initial divide by initial into 100. Final minus initial divide by initial into 100. So that's why the revenue difference, you can see it was fell by 28%, and the profit for the year made by the business was also went down. In 2015 their profit was actually 158,600 after tax, and 2016 it has turned loss of 2,400. I think that's clear. So this is only a small loss, but it's a big drop from the previous year. That's why it's a loss wise it's a small number, but it's a huge drop from last year, because last year had a huge profit, but this year you're making loss. It's like a big turn. You can see that's a huge collapse of the organization, right? And then this is only a small loss but a big drop for the previous year, and the extract from the statement of financial position show that the working capital on it current asset has fallen sharply from 239,000 to 14,300. This may mean that the business has difficulties in paying their day-to-day bills. This is how we have to write an answer, guys. So I recommend when someone actually now using, please guys take your mobile phone out and then take a photo of this answer. Then you can actually later on you can copy down this answer in your writing book. uh, this answer you can actually take a print, like a screenshot or whatever you can do, take a photo of the answer, right? Okay, I hope that you took the picture for the first question. And second question asking, how might how might the redundancies improve the financial performance at Orient Plus? There's a staff redundancy. You know that there is a situation was there arising that they had to tell some employees to go 12 out of 32. 12 of their staff members they have to reduce it. Like out of 32, 12 means is closer to 50%, right? Another three more. If we added them, like half of the staff sent home. So that's the situation. So then, how might the redundancy improve the financial performance of Orient Plus? Making staff at Orient Plus redundant could improve the financial performance of the business. This is because if people are made redundant, the wage bill will be reduced. The wage bill will be reduced. With lower wages, cost will fall and the company may return to profit again. cost will fall and the company may return to profit again. However, making staff redundant may result in production difficulties. However, making staff redundant may result in production difficulties are there. That's a analysis point. This will increase the profit some definitely. This will increase the profit by reducing their because their staff wages, cost, and everything. Don't need to pay them. Then what happen? Then, however, point is that you're going to analyze making staff redundant may result in production difficulties because you can't produce is a like a small garment factory. No, you can't. Production difficulties definitely will be there. Okay, so this is the answer for the introduction question. Uh, Okay, here we go. Now we're going to further like analysis part of the questions. You can see there are different kind of ratios are there, profitability and liquidity. So in your level IGCSE, we are going to mainly focus about those two profitability ratios, including one ROC, then altogether three profitability ratio, performance ratios, and then another two liquidity ratios. Altogether, five ratios you have to memorize. This is our level, IGCSE level. Then thereafter, if you go to advanced level, you will learn in A2 and AS different figures, investment ratios, and then performance ratios and share market ratios, everything. There are advanced ratio analysis is there when you do A-level business studies, AS level, you will learn another advanced another ratios. But this level, IGCSE, you are going to mainly learn these two, five ratios only, mainly coming under these two categories of profitability and liquidity. So profitability ratio measures the performance of the business and focuses on the profit and revenue and the amount of invested in the business. Liquidity ratio measures how easily a business can pay its short-term debt, such as wages or supplies. So you get the gross profit margin. Gross profit margin, it shows the gross profit made on sales revenue. It is calculated using the following formula. Gross profit margin equal gross profit over revenue into 100. Right? Accounting also you are doing this lesson again in accounting. So students who are doing accounting, this lesson will be like a very supportive lesson for you because accounting paper this kind of questions are there in GCSE. So gross profit margin, look at the definition. It's a gross profit expressed as a percentage of turnover or revenue. Right. So look at this example for Eco Homes in 2016. Gross profit was 11 million and turnover was 203.5 million. So gross profit 11 million, turnover was 23.5 million. So look at the 2016 figure, then gross profit margin is 11 over 23.5 into 100, which is margin is 46.8%. 46.8%. In 2015, it was gone down from 8.3 million, gone down, gross profit was gone down 2.3 million, and their gross profit, the revenue was 18.4 million, which is 45.1%. Like that, you must be able to calculate this in given figures. So at the end of this lesson, also, I'm going to upload some assignment for you in the Google Classroom. You have to do it and you have to submit it before the next lesson. So, right, these things are there. So, take these things seriously because like in another few more weeks, you have another formal assessment week will be coming. In that particular week, I think examination will be on 12th of November. Right, that means we have another how many days? Like 12 and 11. Here we have another 11 days more in October, and then another 12 days more. Yeah, but like 3 weeks more.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Sir, so will everything we have done so far from year 10 to year 11 come?
Yes. Yes. Mainly we are talking about mostly focusing on the year 11 financial management first term work and the year 10 marketing management works, year 10 third term. So those like a latest 2 terms you have to focus on because it's a small, like a last time test or like a 50-minute paper. It's not like a big exam, so it's a small exam. But we're going to test mainly those two areas, marketing and the financial management. So you have to study for it. That's like similar to our first term exam, right? So I hope that this time, I think you will this term, this week, you might getting this midterm reports and everything for you. We have done compiling part, everything so far we finalized. Now during this term, those midterm reports will be emailed to you from the school, right? So this is gross profit margin 2016, 46.8%. This means that the gross profit was actually what happened? 15 to 16 increase. Improvement is there. Gross profit margin in Cohouse improved slightly over the 2 years from 45 to 46. Right. So this is how we're going to find out that one. You can see this 23.5, 18.4. These figures you can say we know to find the gross profit. What do you mainly need? Revenue and the gross profit figures, right? So that's the mainly gross profit margin. And key point is given here: to increase the gross profit margin, revenue must be increased. Revenue must be increased, and then or cost of sales should be reduced. The gross profit margin will be different for different industries. For example, firms sell inventories quickly, such as supermarkets can operate with the lower gross profit margin. That's a very important point they're making, guys. So uh, we can't say the gross profit margin should be this percent. This business they have huge gross profit margin of 40, more than 45%. This organization, but this is eco home business. This is something I think related with the furniture. All right, so because this furniture and stuff, guys, normally it's not like a supermarket. The items are slowly moving, like hardware business also like. If you have a business which items actually being traded very slowly, like electrical shop, it can be any like textile shop, something like if you're doing like a items with not the food items, not the supermarket item, like furniture, hardware shop, electrical items, this kind of business, if you're selling like that, so items not sell fast, it's very slowly going, slow moving goods. So if you have business like that, you can keep high gross profit margin, because one item should be bring more profit to the business in order to cover the cost of the organization, because every day you don't have sales. Think about the car sale. These days car sales also they are making situation because they don't have vehicle sales. The demand is there, but the vehicles are really expensive. Why they increase the vehicles? Because their argument is they can't import vehicles right now from the abroad. The government not giving the permission to import vehicles. Therefore, current vehicle prices they will increase. So every vehicle right now they have more than 500,000 profit margin. That's right. So that's my organization. The car sale. If you sell one vehicle, that is enough for them to actually cover the cost of the car sale for 1 month. That means you can give them the salaries of the worker, you can pay the electricity bill and everything. So everything you can pay and you can survive for 1 month for one vehicle. That's their plan right now, to increase the vehicle prices suddenly, because again they want to increase their profit margin. But look at this case. If you have a business organization, yeah, inventory is very selling very quickly, like supermarket, we call FMCG, fast moving consumer good, FMCG, right? These new terms, if you have, right, you can modify this thing, not down this point. FMCG, fast moving consumer good. If you're operating a business under fast moving consumer good category, your profit margin is normally low, low profit margin. Why? High quantity is there, high demand is there. So therefore, you can actually no need to keep a high profit margin. So you can keep a low profit margin, not like 46%. Sometimes it might be 10%, 15%, 5%. Not enough. That's enough, because always businesses are always full with customers. So they are not keeping huge profit margin. So they can give discount and they can sell fast everything, because the goods also not perishable, not durable. We can't store long time. It should be quickly, like food items and vegetables and fruits. You can't keep for a long time. You have to sell fast. Therefore, you can't sell that vehicles for a very expensive price. People will not going to buy like that. But the items like the opposite side, if you are a car sale or furniture shop, which item you can, like a durability is there, perishability is there, you can store for a long time, you can increase the prices and you can sell it slowly. So keep in mind that also we can't give some kind of benchmark ratio. Gross profit should be always like this. Other ratios we have, I'll tell you what are the benchmark ratios you have to study. Like liquidity ratio, there are benchmarks, but here profitability ratios, guys, you don't have a benchmark. So it depends on the business nature. It depends on the business. How it depends mean, if it's a fast-moving sector, fast-moving consumer goods sector like supermarket, your gross profit margin is relatively low. That's why. low gross profit margin. If it is slow moving consumer good like vehicles and furniture, electrical appliances like that, so gross profit margin is very high, relatively high. So I can't say what is the high or low because it depends. Someone 20% will be high, someone 5% will be low. It's like that. So always think about like that. So when you're when you're analyzing a business organization, think about the nature of that industry, whether it is a supermarket, whether it is a clothing shop like that, whether it is a hardware store, whether it is a restaurant, hotel. Think about it. Think about the gross profit margin. So sometimes they are going down like that. This kind of situation is increment slightly 45 to 46. So, but anyway, what we will do is actually compare and contrast those two figures. Previous year this much, this year this much. Is there a positive momentum or negative momentum? Positive or negative? Going up or going down? So that's the basic comparison you have to make here in this kind of a calculation. So I hope you understood that part. Let's go to next page, page number 256. Right, operating profit margin. Our second ratio is, guys, operating profit margin. So gross of it, you find out the gross of it by revenue minus cost of sales. Revenue minus cost of sales. And then net profit, how to find out? Gross profit minus operating expenses. Gross profit minus operating expenses, we call. Then you can get the net profit or operating profit. So operating profit margin is the operating profit expressed as a percentage of turnover. This case also same, linked to the last previous question. You can see the operating profit. This business revenue is same, 15 to 16 is gone up, 18.4, 23.5. Look at the operating profits, gross profit and operating profit. 3,200 to 4,000, that's also increase. So you have to divide this from the revenue. Okay? 3,200 over 18,400 into 100. 4,600 over 23,500 to 100. Like that, you have to figure it out. You have to make some kind of a comparison. Okay, look at this. Operating profit margin helps to measure how well a business controls its expenses and cost of sale. If the difference between the gross profit margin and the operating profit margin is small, this suggests that the expenses are low. If you don't have that much of difference like between gross profit and net profit, that means the expenses are negligible, expenses are small. But if a huge difference between, let's say, like this case study, we'll see the gross profit, how much gross profit margin, you can see 2015 it was 8,300 and gross profit margin 3,200, more than 5,000. 5,000, you can see there's a difference is there. 5,000 means huge amount because it gone down to 8,300 to 3,200. 5,100 expenses are there, overhead costs are high. Here also gross profit 11,000, operating profit 4,000. That means that much of expenses they have. So that also indication you can comment on whether this business have a huge overhead cost to manage. That also not good. Always organization should be try to reduce the overhead cost, reduce the electricity cost, electricity bill, staff cost, everything. So look at the operating profit margin, operating profit over revenue into 100. So Eco Home 2016 operating profit was 4.6 million and the revenue was 23.5 million. 2016 operating profit margin then 4,600 over 23.5 million, 19.4. You can see it's 46 gone down to 19. You can see the about 30% of the gross profit consumed from expenses, overhead expenses. And 2015 it was 45%. Now it gone down to 17.4%. So much of profit actually consumed from the expenses. You can see now this is the net profit margin, operating profit margin. So I hope you understood this one also. High margins are better than low margins, so obviously, and operating profit margins are over 10% would be regarded as very good. Very good exam hint. If you have a net profit margin or operating profit margin over 10%, that is good. That's a really good indication. Take that as a benchmark. Over 10%, okay, yeah, good. Right? The operating profit margin for Eco Homes has improved over the 2 years. 17 to 19, 17, 2% gone up. This suggests that the business kept control of expenses more effectively in 2016 than in 2015. So you can find out yeah, you can find out that operating profit margin, operating profit over revenue into 100. So operating profit margin is gone up. So indication is there, please note down. If operating profit margin is over 10%, would be regarded as very good. If you have more than 10%, like out of the revenue, if you have a net profit more than 10% means you are absolutely good company. That's right. It is 90% of the profit you have to think about that you have spent. That's why. So a lot of business organizations are like this. Let's go to. I'll show you a gross profit margin and everything. Let's go to one of the companies in Sri Lanka. Let's go to Colombo Stock Exchange and search about this. Let's search about one of the key company of Sri Lanka. Let's go to one company. Let's say. Let's go to a hotel company. Let's go to Aitken Spence. Yes, Aitken Spence Hotel. Okay. Aitken Spence Hotels right now, I can see not traded so far for the day. You can go to the financial statement, recent financials. Yeah, quarterly reports. Interim financial statement, 13th August uploaded. So this organization, the first quarter of this year, once in 3 months ended 30th June for the April, May, June, 3 months only, their profitability will see. The revenue what happened to 2019, 2020, what happened? Guys, look, tell me what has happened to the revenue? It's gone up or down?
So down.
Going down. You can see the group and company. Look at the company and the group. Group means there are so much of hotels, guys. This is actually not only the job. It's actually goes on Harijavadas Hotel, including everything. Not only Aitken Spence, group mean everything. Kandalam Hotel, Heritage Hotel, Heritage Ahungal, Heritage Nigambu, Heritage Jaffna, everything. So basically, this is not a group thing because the group profit also gone down 3.6 billion to only 160 million. But look at the company wise, my God. So company wise, only the revenue for the last 3 months was last year it was 110 million. This was this year how much? 438,000. Not even half a million. Not even 5 lakhs. Pathetic situation. Hotel why? No tourist. So now look at the gross profit of the organization. They have to still pay the staff cost, right? So do you think the staff 500,000 is enough? Do you think 500,000 enough to pay the electricity bill of the hotel? Do you think air conditions are working? Do you think, guys? Guys, please talk. I can't talk alone. Right? So, do you think this 500,000 enough for the company?
No, sir.
No. Yeah. So exactly. So revenue-wise, you can see now because this is a COVID situation. Now look at the other expenses. Staff cost 30 million, right? Because you have to pay for chefs, you have to pay for the security, you have to pay for the other maintenance stuff, everything. Because you can't tell them to go on a suddenly. Because it's also a very good hotel, right? Look at the group price, 700 million. Don't forget about the group. Think about the company, right? Look at the staff cost, depreciation, everything. Huh? And finance cost, they have taken some loans, everything. Now look at the way. Profit and loss of operation. Loss, huge loss. How much? Total loss, 97 million loss. Right? Last year, it was, even though there's East attack, everything was there, that time they have made 386 million. Because tourists, they came at the end. So, but here, 97 million loss. The income wise, you get it's very funny income. 438,000. It's rupees in 1,000 values. Not even 5 lakhs. So, and they look at the final everything and the operating expenses. Today, my topic is in operating. I want to make sure like look at the operating expenses now. Profit or loss before tax, 103 million loss. right? Income tax refund. So income tax department they gave back tax refund 62,000. So profit and loss for the period 103 million. Look at the thing, loss making. Group wise pathetic. How much? 2.6
That's 2
billion.
billion.
2.6 billion loss. Last year also it was loss, it only 500 million loss, but this time 2.6 billion entire organization loss. This is the situation, guys. Now you can see now this margin what happened. So can we calculate the gross profit margin, net profit margin? We can calculate, but minus figures. Right here, the net revenue. You can see if you deduct the profit and everything, what happened? Everything, cost of sale, everything, revenue minus the net revenue and other income. Profit and loss 97 million. So negative values are coming, right? So you can see everything. Yeah, earnings goes down, dividend goes down, everything like that. SOFP wise, you can see profit for the loss, same thing. Financial statement, consolidated financial position. Look at the current assets section and current liability section. Then we can find out whether this company bankrupt or not. Okay, the group wise, group company holding, you can see last year and this year. It was the current asset level, they had total assets was there 69 billion, this year 71 billion. They have improved because their inventory, everything what happened? Inventory improved because why? No stocks are there. Why? People are not coming. People are not coming. They have enough stocks, unsold stocks. These are not the perishable item like not the vegetables and fruits. These are the other inventory stuff they actually bought. And then trade receivable 1.2 billion, right? And then amount from the holding company, everything. So at the end, so they have made the 71 billion total assets. The current asset section only 5.4 billion. 5.4 billion. Last year it was 7 billion. Look at the current liability corner. This is the current liability corner. You can see current liability, trade payable, other payables, current tax payable, dividend payable, everything. This year they are not going to pay any dividend. You can see zero dash. Last year they have released 336 million dividends, guys. So even I also have some shares in this company. So this year I don't get any dividends. Last year I got dividends, but this year I don't get any dividends. Why? How can they pay dividends? Only 4 lakhs only income for this quarter. Every 3 months, otherwise they are giving a check, dividend check for shareholder. But this year, no, nothing, zero. Why? COVID-19. This is only one small example, guys. I taken. You can see current liabilities. Look at the way 8.6 billion. 8.6 billion current liability. This figure. Last year is 8.4 billion. Now look at the current asset and current liability analysis. Current asset, I told you it was how much? 5 billion. This is the figure. Current asset 5.4 billion. Current liability 8 billion. So what is the conclusion, guy? What can you say about the liquidity position? They have current asset 5 billion, 5.4 billion, and they have to pay liabilities 8.4 billion. 3 billion, there's some kind of a discrepancies there. You can see liabilities are higher than the assets. So that situation is back. Literally, this company is in a bankrupt situation, right? Since they have reserves and everything, we can't say that because their reserves. Their reserves are there, 3 billion reserves they have. Reserves of 5.2 billion reserves. They have savings. Luckily, they have savings. Retained earnings 9.8 billion. Last year, 11.6 billion. They have savings, that's why. That's the beauty of the business, guy, because there are some good times and bad times. But if you have bad times like that, they can still, that's why they can cope up with this situation, this condition, if they have enough savings. Okay, so they have savings of the business. They get this 9.8 billion. They have still retained earnings are there. Total, all the stated capital, everything can see, but 9 plus 5, but 14, 16, 15 billion retained earnings are there. So therefore still they can pay the staff salaries and everything from that. But is it like
Sir,
you consume your own profit, your own retained earnings, like your savings. Now these days you have to consume. Why? No income. So no one coming to these days, and no events are going on. Hotel actually literally closed. No income at all. So this is the way that hotel maintain from their retained earnings. They have to pay the salaries and everything. Yes, Diluk, you have a question.
it's the company is in a lot of debts, right? Because the trade payables are 831 million and the other provisions and payables are 2 billion.
Yes. that's the thing. There's a company they have to pay during this year. They have to pay their trade payables 831 million, and other provisions and payables again 2.5 billion. These are the trade payables. These are the liabilities, direct liability. They have to settle this one during this year, during this
So
quarter.
they're in debt then. So
Yeah.
they're nearly in bankruptcy.
Nearly in yeah, exactly. Well, look at their pay assets are also there. They have 1.2 billion receivables are there from bills and everything. 1.2 billion customers they have to settle, but actually that is not enough. You can see the 5 billion and 8 billion. They're nearly in bankruptcy. Yeah, correct. Yeah, true. So by looking at this, you can see their valuation. Everything people will make some comparison and everything. The cash flow statement, everything is there. So notes to interim finance statement, segmented reports. They're giving because they have hotels and resorts, everything, different hotels, including Kandalama, Heritage, everything. They're given special note about the COVID-19 impact on interim financial statements, everything. The company wise, they are not. So these are main shareholders of the company. Aitken Spence PLC, they have 71% owned by Aitken Spence PLC. It's owned by Harry Javadana. You can see the chairman, DHS Javajan, Harry Javadana. And then Mr. Brito, Mr. His son, Asita Javadana, and then Javik, everything. Good on everyone. So, Miss Stefani Javadana, Harry Javadana's daughter, she's the director of the hotel segment of this one, former CI student. So everything is there, right? So guys, this is the situation of a typical companies in Sri Lanka right now. So by looking at this, you can find out mainly the operating profit and the gross profit margin. So today, that's why I mainly want to give you some kind of give you some idea about the operating profit and gross profit margin differences. Look at this case study finally, like we have another 5 minutes more to wrap up this lesson. So let's finish this activity number 1, case study Santosh, Santosh Metal Products. Santosh Metal Products are making metal scaffolding and metal compounds for the construction industry. In 2013 and 14, the company received a flood of orders supplying scaffolding for the work on the Rio Olympics in Brazil. And this is a summary: revenue, gross profit, expenses, operating profit. You can see from 2010 to 2014, revenue increased 12, 13, 14, 19, 24. Very good. It's very impressive revenue increase. Gross profit also increased, very impressive, 4.9 to 12.3. Expenses also it's increased suddenly, 7.7, 9.7, and operating profit margin also increasing. So they're asking 4 questions. What has the company performed? How has the company performed? What impact has the flood of orders for the metal products? What is the impact of that big order? And work out the both years gross profit margin and operating profit margin, and discuss the possible reasons for the changes in the question 3 between 10 and 14. Okay, here we go for the, I'll share the answer for this quickly. Mainly the performance wise and everything, I see the company was really good. This performance revenue has increased significantly. You can see here, revenue has increased significantly. Between 2010 and 2014, it has increased nearly by 100% from 12.4 million to 24.1 million. This suggests that the Santosh Metal Products has performed very well indeed. Right, very well. That's have to mention like this. If you perform very well, you have to mention like that. What impact has the flood of orders had on Santosh Metal Product? So as a result, look at the thing from table 30.1 application was show that the both gross profit and operating profit rose sharply in 2013. This occurred at the same time as the flood of orders resulting from the Rio Olympic Games, right? And the construction project in 2013-14. This appears to have had an impact on the profit on 2013 and 14. Both gross profit and operating profit double between 12 and 14. Like that's how to comment on it. And work out percentage, you can see the percentage of profit, gross profit margin 39% to 51% is increased. Very good. And you can see from net profit margin 8.1% to 10.8. From I think 2013 on, it gone up more than 10%. So currently this was a really good situation, this metal company. and discuss the possible reason. Final question. Discuss the possible reason for this. So guys, we are taking take that. This also take a photo of this last question. Discuss the reason for these changes. You can see analyze question. We can come analyze the possible reason for these changes like that. Examination we can ask like that. So between 2010 and 12, both gross profit and operating profit margins are fairly stable. And slightly increased, but not by much. However, 13, 14 notable point, both rise sharply, and this occurs them with the organizations. They are really good performance there. You can see both companies, both the performance was really well. Okay, guys. So that's it. So mainly I talk about today mainly the two important things: gross profit margin and net profit margin. Gross profit margin is a gross profit over revenue into 100. Net profit margin is operating profit divided by revenue into 100. And it's very important to understand that we are talking mainly I find out from the SOCI. Then next lesson we are talking about the other liquidity ratios. We are talking about that from SOFP. And I'll upload some one assignment today. Then you can do it and you can see on next lesson with me. Okay, then that's it. Okay, so the recording will be available in the Google Classroom. Thank you very much. Have a nice day. Bye.
Thank you, sir. Bye, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Bye.
Thank you, sir.
Bye.